Welcome to podcast episode number 1. I am your host, Xcross or Tom, or Tommy Boy, or Tom, Thomas, Knick Knack, Paddywhack, give a dog a bone. On this first episode with me right now is Akentenki, Red Skies, aka Randy. You can say hello now.
No.
Okay, that's him. And then last but not least for now, is OhDuke or Benjamin Mima, as we call him.
Good evening, team.
Nice. was that intentional with
What happened?
Do you have a what do you call it? The smoke alarm needs batteries?
I probably do. Is that gonna be super annoying?
No, but I just, as soon as you started talking and it beeps, so I didn't know if you did that on purpose, like as like a fucking joke, or if that was legit real.
You know, I closed the door earlier and I heard the that sound. I was like, I knew that was gonna come up at some point during this podcast.
Well, come up it has.
Our person that's not here right now is his name's SilentKnight, or aka Franky. I got a name for us. It's dumb, but it doesn't fit the acronym of our names, but it fits in the lore of us as friends. How about our group name be Jera?
Taking it old school.
The Jera group, yeah, because I mean everyone friend group has, groups or things like there's the boys, there's a group called the Goons, there's the Vanos crew, the Smitty group.
What are the Goons and why are they called the Goons?
Watch it. It's my kind of humor, but I don't know about yours, but it's my kind of humor. Big dumb humor. That's my kind of go. And then but yeah, so I think Jero works great, since the history behind that is we did a Call of Duty tournament, and that's based off the people that we had for the tournament when we started it, preparing for it, was, that's what the acronyms all went as Jera, Jera. But then, crap, what's Wan's? What was Wan's?
Jack Zero?
No, that's you.
Jack? Okay, so he was the J. And he fucking pulled out on us, like, super late last minute. So our friend Franky filled in. But, I don't think anything we could come up with sounded as good as Jera.
I'm just waiting for Randy to oppose this.
I have no opposition.
All yays?
All in favor?
Yay? Nice.
Yay.
Democracy wins. Anyways, so I will give it to Ben here to start our very first topic.
So the topic of today is, which one is better?
Well, we're going to have more than one topic, but
first topic of today is Star Wars or Lord of the Rings. Okay. Obviously, the obvious answer is that Lord of the Rings is superior because it's based on a published novel that precedes the movie by many decades, and that alone makes it superior.
In what way?
What about the Eagles?
How is being based off of a book superior by default?
Not just any book. It's a book that came out several decades before the movie was released, and why that helps its case is because if you're based on a book from several decades ago, that must mean that, okay, you are a really good story.
So are you going to say that Are you gonna say that in like 30 years, Twilight is a fucking masterpiece?
No,
With that logic?
it was based on a book that was released very close to the release date of the movie. Whereas Lord of the Rings, it had time to dwell in people's minds and memories, and it was still not forgotten over the years. You would think that something that would have something that's not so good would have easily been forgotten as the decades went past, but no, it was not forgotten. It stood the test of time, released as a movie, superior to Star Wars. Mic drop.
Okay. Man, do you have a counter?
I do have a counter.
Mhm.
As somebody who has not read or watched Lord of the Rings,
Damn.
and I also haven't watched most of the Star Wars stuff. Uh, I will say that being based off of a book, just I mean, most media is based off of something at this point, right? Uh,
Yeah.
most TV shows are based off anime, for example, is based off manga. Uh, Cartoons are based off of comics. You get remakes and repeats all the fucking time nowadays. Being based off of something isn't special in any way.
Okay.
I
That
mean,
the end of your take?
we can keep going. Frankenstein.
Wait,
Frankenstein's
so
a book
Yeah.
that stood the test of time. You still read it in high school and shit. How many movies has Frankenstein had?
Shit ton.
Yeah. Does all of those automatically make it superior to any other comparison?
that's an excellent question. I want to give
Dracula.
Tommy an opportunity to speak here, actually. Have you seen either of the two subject films?
Yes, I've seen all the Star Wars movies except for the ones that are on Disney Plus.
Okay, so all the classic ones except for like the later, more modern ones.
Yeah.
And how about Lord of the Rings? What's your background on Lord of the Rings?
I've watched all three Lord of the Rings. I've only watched the extended version of The Return of the King. So I haven't
How
watched the
about
extended version of the first movie or the the two towers. I was gonna say the twin towers, the two towers.
what about the later prequel Hobbit
I
movies?
watched the Hobbit movies too.
Okay, so you watch those two. So out of all of us,
I will say
you
I have watched the first Hobbit movie. I didn't watch. Wait, which one has the dragon? Is that the first one or the second one?
The first
Dragon that
one,
like is obsessed with gold or some shit.
the first one is trying to get there. They didn't get anywhere near it, and then the second one is where they actually did get to it, and then the dragon's like, "I'm gonna burn that town."
That's the one I watched. I think.
Okay, the second one then. Yeah, with Benedict Cumberbatch as the dragon.
I think so. Pretty sure.
Yeah. So in perspective, or in, it depends on your context of what you want as a person. If you're gonna go for rigid literature that's very well crafted, story that's started a whole genre basically, Lord of the Rings is the superior. But if you want something with more creativity, I would say Star Wars has it beaten on that front. Just on the expanded universe that came out of George Lucas's first three movies, it's 9 day on that. I mean, look at the fan. You can look at the fandom and how fucking toxic Lord of the Rings people can be. If you deviate or do any kind of
Isn't
inflection
that
of,
true for like any fandom
yeah,
though?
but there's people that go to fucking college for learning like Shakespearean literature. They do it for tokenism too, based off
Yeah.
his work. So you can't go to university, as far as I know, go to university for Star Wars lore. But yeah, anyways, I mean, just look at the fucking backlash on all the shit for what the Rings of Power. There you go. The Rings of Power. The backlash on that was tremendous. and a lot of people didn't even want. I know, even though it was true that it was shit, a lot of people didn't want to give it a chance because it was not what Tolkien had written. So, but if you look at Star Wars, they're a little bit more lenient on source material because they were like, when Disney bought Star Wars, they're like, people were like, oh, they can use the expanded universe, and they're like, Disney basically went, fuck that. We're going to come up with our own stories, which basically end up using bits and pieces of the expanded universe, but just made it shittier. So, I think to each their own is just that, to me, there is a limit on what Lord of the Rings can do just because of the ingrained expectations of what people expect of Lord of the Rings. Star Wars has more leniency and more, you could do a lot more creativity with it. I just think it depends on what your definition of what you want. If you're just straight, like, I want a book that's fantasy and it's well written, obviously Lord of the Rings beats it like a dead horse. And that's my take.
But what do you want, Tommy? What do you want out of your time? If you're investing 2 to 3 hours per film, which one tickles your feather a little better?
I would say if a Star Wars movie is well written, which is very hard for them to do, or at least entertaining, to me, Star Wars will beat Lord of the Rings for me. Just because my dumb little brain likes the flashy lights.
Yeah, I mean, for any movie that's 2.5+ hours, that shit's better be captivating. It's got to be interesting.
So, my closing argument is I will concede that some movies from the Star Wars series are equivalent or even superior to some of those in Lord of the Rings. Case in point is Star Wars Episode 3, which is my favorite of the Star Wars series. It is very flashy, it's very entertaining, so definitely gets good points for that. However, when I stop and think about this question, Star Wars or Lord of the Rings, something else comes to mind other than the fact that it's based on a book. But I think that the fact that it's based on a book also helps this next point that I'm about to make is if you were stuck in a room for eternity and you had one movie that you could watch, that's the only thing you could watch. You don't have to watch it all the time, but if you needed to watch something, you have to watch just that one series you choose. It would definitely have to be Lord of the Rings because just how deep the symbolism is. And you could just spend your time on any one scene and just analyze all the different symbols, their clothing, the jewelry they're wearing, the weapons they have, and the lore on each of those, and what it might mean, and how it even relates to something beyond the fiction source material itself. Like you'll spend time thinking about, what that is or what it means. And like I said, if you had just one series to watch for all of eternity, I think you could do no better than choosing Lord of the Rings, just because of how expansive it is when you look at it through a microscope. When you look at the film through a microscope. And I think for me, that's what helps its case and why it's superior to even something like Star Wars. Now, in the case of Star Wars, it's probably it's close. It's closer to a tie than it would be for other series that may not even be as deep as Star Wars. So I would say that out of all the other series we could think of, Star Wars comes in at a very close second.
Uh-huh. Interesting. So I will, as again, as to reiterate, it's somebody who hasn't really seen anything Lord of the Rings nor Star Wars. I will say, uh, I know much more about Star Wars than Lord of the Rings, just because of the kind of cultural uh, influence that it has. Right? I mean, you bring up that Lord of the Rings is based off a book, but look at all the things that are based on Star Wars outside of, you know, TV or movie media. You got comics, you got, I'm sure there's books, video games, uh, board games, card games, right? Uh, To me, that's more of more symbolism of a better impact on the culture, if that makes sense.
No, that does make sense. I think that that's a result of just Star Wars being a much more marketable brand than Lord of the Rings. It because Lord of the Rings lacks the flashy colors, it's really hard for it to stick to the younger generations. Um, Certainly when compared to Star Wars. But hey, if that does it for you, it's that's a completely acceptable take.
I mean, I have next to no interest in either one of those, so I
I
got no
chose
horse in this race.
I take back this I do take back starting this topic because I thought you did have a strong opinion on the matter, Randy, and in fact, my belief, my preconception that you had a strong opinion on the matter is what um I should say my false preconception that you had a strong opinion on the matter is what led me to choose this topic.
Yeah, no, I don't care for either one. If you put me in a room and told me to pick one and that was it, I would probably go with Star Wars just because it seems more interesting. Uh, but yeah, uh, not a not a proponent of either one.
Gotcha, gotcha.
You thought you would bait him for
Trying to get me to
Oh,
rage bait him?
100%. Oh, 100%. This was my my original intention.
Rage baiting Randy?
No, we'll get you next time. We'll get you on the next topic, Randy. Don't you worry.
Just talk about how shitty Skyrim is. There you go.
see. There's a game uh,
That's a topic. That's a topic.
superior to both Lord of the Rings and Star Wars
Oh, well, that
due to its cultural impact.
game wise, I'd have to agree. Um, now comparing a game to a movie, that's a tough one, but I would also have to agree on that one. Um, Comparing apples to oranges, yeah, I would have to say that the apples that Skyrim offers are surpass whatever oranges could be offered by just about anything outside of Fallout 4.
Hey, Skyrim's apples could suck my balls.
Damn, Randy, you gonna let him talk
Oh
about
well,
Skyrim like that?
we've had this conversation several times.
No, no, no.
Yeah,
You
he
cannot
already
Just
let
knows
him
I
get
don't.
away.
he just
You
hates
cannot.
Skyrim.
You
He's a
cannot
hater.
let
That's it.
him
I
get away
find it
with it.
incredibly boring.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the married couple that where the wife is jealous of the PS5 because it
That
gets more
most
attention.
wives.
Because it gets more attention than the wife. That's what that reminds me of. It's like Tommy hates Skyrim because it gets more attention.
No, I just
He
find it boring.
he dislikes Skyrim because it's superior to World of Warcraft. That's it. The lore is just better. Story is just
I
better.
don't find the lore any way, shape, and form like interesting in fucking Skyrim. Oh, big dragon go raw. Oh no.
That's literally Cataclysm.
Yeah. But then you get into the lore of it and you find out there's a lot of shit that happened because you're like, why is he got a big fucking metal jaw? Oh, because he made a deal with this fucking demon space thingy from the void, from the creation of the universe or something, whatever it was. Well, anyways, I just never found Skyrim interesting or its lore.
Destiny's got some great lore too.
No, don't lie.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good, and the raids are pretty good too. 6-man raids, and then we also had the 12-man raid. Well, it wasn't a 12-man raid, but it was a 12-man mission. Um, that is done and over with in about maybe 20 minutes. Defeat the final boss.
To me, Destiny peaked with the what was his name?
Taken King.
Yeah, Taken King. That was peak, and then it just downhill from there.
Well, then we had the final shape boss. Came out about 2 years ago. They released a 12-man mission after the first raid finished it within 20 hours of release. That was epic. Everybody was following it. That was one of the most epic moments of gaming history ever. And I say ever.
It's bold.
Yeah, because it was an event where everybody was like waiting for that mission to drop, but it was only going to drop after the first team finished the raid. 20 hours they figured out how to do it.
Eh, sounds like most hardcore like groups that do shit. Just
Did you guys have um raid release events like that kind of in World of Warcraft?
World of Warcraft. They would do it where they would wait like 2 weeks where they drop a patch, so you could get used, so you can catch up on the story. And usually they would have sometimes they would have like a catch up dungeon for people, so they could try to get in, so they could start doing the raids.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how they would do it, and then they would break it up to like the normal. They would have raid finder and normal and heroic. The first, so after 2 weeks after 2 weeks after release, that's when they dropped those raids. Then on the third week, they would do the super hardcore difficult one that all the people that fucking play World of Warcraft as their job fucking race to be the first guild to beat the raid. That's how they would do that.
And were you ever following those raids?
Well, I mean, I would.
I don't think they would really live stream it.
Just the
And
ones that do Twitch and stuff, they would. But other than that,
I recall someone saying that some of those raids it took like a week before the first person finished it.
We have a
Certainly
quick
more than-
interruption on this. Welcome to the chat or the conversation, Aaron.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Ron.
What up, what
We're
up?
just finishing up a discussion real quick. Well, that was an offshoot of a discussion, I should say.
It sounds good. Go ahead.
I think I interrupted Ben's train of thought.
No, I was just saying it was more than a week for the first completion for those World of Warcraft
Some
raids.
people sometimes it take more than like a month. Depends on how hard the game they made the game. Because the way the devs made the raids harder was basically like, oh, instead of everything hitting harder, let's make each fight have 20 different mechanics. That'll do it. And each fight's going to take like 7 or 8 minutes of your time. And if one person dies, good luck beating the fight then. That's basically more classic, not classic, a more modern WoW rating has become.
I concur.
Okay, so I have a topic that's really easy. Well, not easy, but I think everyone probably will have familiarity with it. What is the best anime ending?
Like song?
No, like from anime, not the manga. So if you read a manga, I'm not counting that. An anime that has ended. What is the best anime?
High School DxD.
Whoa.
I'm just
That's
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Are you saying which anime that is over is the best one, or which one ended
Yeah,
in the best
it has
way?
to be from start to finish. What in your opinion is the best anime? That's how I should put it. Start to finish, and the anime has to be done. It can't be like Fire Force, where at least I think Fire Force hasn't ended.
I mean, I think
Randy knows my answer to this question.
So
Ben's gonna
basically,
say
like Berserk
Berserk.
is off the table.
No, it's
Yeah.
not Berserk.
I know your answer.
For me, it's Elfen Lied. Just part of that is because I don't watch a whole lot of anime. I probably watch it more than the average person, but not at all more than the average anime watcher. Which, some of you guys watch like 100 animes a year.
That's not me.
I've seen a lot. But I think Elfen Lied was probably the first one that I ever watched.
Oh, that's a weird way to jump in.
Yeah, it was. My friend recommended it. He's like, "This is super cool. Check it out." And I was like, "Okay." I was like,
It was
"Whoa!"
a second choice. What's that one? Fuck, was it? Boku no Pico.
Fuck
Yeah,
is
okay,
that?
buddy. No, we're not talking about that. Settle down, settle down. Can we narrow it down to like a genre or like of all time?
In your opinion, like if you were to watch, like what in your opinion, like from start to finish of an anime, like you could rewatch again and be like, that's my first pick.
I have a couple, but I think probably the one I've watched the most, like rewatched like 4 or 5 times now, is probably Erased. Yeah, that was a really good one. It had me tearing up.
Going boo-hoo, boo-hoo.
Yeah, I'm in touch with my emotions. That one made me feel.
All right, Randy.
I think the undisputed answer pretty much has to be Naruto, right?
No, it does not. No, it does not. For sure, it does not have to be Naruto.
I mean, it's one of the most successful, right?
yeah, but it's in your
objectively,
opinion, not objective.
objectively speaking.
Okay, but you're not gonna rewatch it 30 times by the
Well,
amount of fillers or anything.
I don't really rewatch anything, so I haven't even actually watched Naruto from start to finish.
What? You're not even answering the question. Then you're just putting up facts you found online.
It's fake news.
Did this anime even end? Actually,
Yeah,
okay. And
Naruto has been over.
they
It's
went to.
based on a manga that also ended.
Yes.
You never watched. You never watched Naruto?
I have not watched
Like the
Naruto.
third most fucking common anime of all time.
I've tried. I didn't like it.
Get the fuck out of here. Your
I
weeb
s-
ass didn't like Naruto?
I like the concept. I like the ninjas. I like the fighting. Whatever. But like, I just couldn't follow watching that little ass Naruto kid running around screaming at his top of his lungs every episode.
He's like, Naruto is too gay for Sasuke for me.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. 2025. But yeah, I couldn't. I tried. I watched a few episodes. Like, some are cool, but it's just not for me.
All right, we got Erased, Naruto, Elfen Lied. Tommy, what's your answer?
Boys. You missed the most obvious one. It's great. It had a
Who had no
pre-made
chance?
anime, and there was like, you know what? We could do better.
I know what you're gonna
Full
say.
Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah, that one's goated.
It's a pretty solid answer.
Way better than Naruto. Randy, I want a real answer from you.
That's about as real of an answer I can give you.
He doesn't want to say Elfen Lied. I think that's what's going on.
So Randy would be the one to say, like,
I can't. I don't. Okay, my personal favorite is Trigun. That's it.
see,
That's
thank you.
the best
Thank
answer I can
you.
give you.
That's fine. Thank
But
you.
I'm not going to try and argue that Trigun is better than Naruto.
No, that's fine. That's why we're saying personal opinions.
Now, what he didn't tell you is it's the new Trigun.
Get him out of this.
Hey, okay, the
podcast.
first season's a little bit.
Not just
the
kidding.
first season's a little whack. All right, we're waiting on the second one still. All right.
Why is there seasons? There shouldn't be seasons.
Look, man, I don't know, but the art was cool. I like the animation style of it.
I feel that. I thought Tom was leading up to say Hunter x Hunter, not Full Metal Alchemist, but I
No.
liked it.
Hunter x Hunter doesn't count because it didn't end.
Not even technically over.
Yeah, but that's been in the works forever that they're talking about revamp or adding more.
Well, yeah, I mean the creator only drops like 3 manga chapters a year now. So
Yeah. He deserves a break.
The man was dying while he was writing it.
hey, it's hard making Yu Yu Hakusho, not Yu Yu. Yeah, he made Yu Yu Hakusho. Never mind. What the fuck am I thinking? It's hard making Yu Yu Hakusho and then Hunter x Hunter. You know?
Yeah, it's a tough gig. It's a tough gig.
I'm surprised they haven't done like a remaster or remake of Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, it is kind of weird that maybe he has some kind of contract or something that basically doesn't let he has maybe creative control.
Or there was a time in high school, me and my buddy, we were watching this anime about like becoming a manga artist. And what is that? What are they called? Mangakas?
Yeah.
You talking about Bakugan?
Yeah, I think so.
I
We're
used to love
watching
that
that.
manga.
Oh yeah, we were reading it and watching it in high school, and we are like, let's try it, bro. When we started storyboarding, oh man, the next day when I had to get these done because our deadline for ourselves were like Friday. I stayed up Thursday night till like 4 a.m. drawing, and I was like, oh my god, it was so much harder than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the only easy part, I would say easy part for mangakas is once they're established, they get people to help them with like
Yeah.
background.
Yeah, well, so
Pictures.
I don't know if you know the manga. The premise of it is two dudes basically decide to make a manga and try to become famous and successful off of it. So you get to watch them start from scratch. One guy writes, the other guy draws.
Well, whoever has the writing job is kind of fucking easy.
The dude that draws is trying to win the love of his life too.
Yep.
That was a good
The
one. I
ultimate
like that.
goal is like they're trying to make an anime or some shit, right? So the chick can be a voice actor for it or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Gotta feed all the fishes.
Oh yeah, she was feeding.
All right, I got a side question for Aaron.
Yes, sir.
If a brown person asks you if you've eaten Chinese food, do you know what they're asking you?
If a brown person asks me if I've
Why should you
eaten
be more
Chinese,
specific instead of brown people?
A
You say
Latino.
like
If a
okay, there
Latino
you go.
asks you, have you ever eaten Chinese food? Do you know what that means?
I would like to say yes, but I'd probably say no.
What do you think it
Uh,
means?
Okay, so he doesn't know. I mean, he might know, but I'm assuming he doesn't know. Then I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's safe to assume I don't know.
All right, Randy, did you do your homework? Did you ask your coworkers what it means
I
to eat Chinese food?
I did not. I completely forgot.
You did not. Oh, you jerk. So, Tommy, you go ahead and tell Aaron if you remember correctly, what was it that I told you that it means?
Like some kind of like Asian like
What? No,
like wasn't it like an Asian like strip club in Tijuana or something?
sort of. It's a regular gentleman's club.
You're talking about Hong Kong?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know about that.
yeah. So, okay, so he knows about that. So, but if you want to ask someone, like let's say in front of his girlfriend, you're not gonna say, "Have you been to Hong Kong?"
Yeah,
You're gonna
yeah,
say,
yeah,
"Have you
yeah.
eaten Chinese food?" That's what that means. Like everybody knows. Like if you've been, like that's just like the phrase that people ask. That's the way
Okay.
they ask it.
See, I knew about it, but every time I've talked about it with people, we've never been around their females, so we don't like
Okay, okay,
sugarcoat it. We're just like,
okay.
hey, Hong Kong though.
You think Tommy and Randy are ready to go or no?
No.
I'd be afraid. I'd be afraid for their safety. To be honest, I'd be afraid for their safety. It is.
I think they wouldn't be able to control themselves.
I don't know about that. Really?
I feel like Randy might get some liquor in his eye.
I'd be worried. I'd be worried about their safety. To be honest, like if they don't come back, like that's gonna be on me.
Yeah, it's a little scary going down there right now.
Like I would go, but only with people that I'm confident they know what they're doing.
Yeah, that or at least speak Spanish. I don't think Randy or Tom know Spanish.
Nope. Sure don't.
Poquito español.
Okay, buddy. Hey, I respect it though. I respect it. I mean, you probably know about as much as I do. I don't know a whole lot either.
Chinga tu madre.
Okay, buddy. Yeah, we're canceled.
I'll just censor it in post. It'll just be Randy saying the N word instead.
Whoa.
Yo,
Okay.
pause.
That's better.
What is wrong with you? Oh my goodness.
Randy, I need you to say snicker.
Snicker.
Oh, we got him,
Doodle?
boys. Good job.
God, you guys are so dumb. Can I ask a question to Tom?
Go ahead.
Wait, who set this up? Was this you? Do you like write questions down?
You're giving us too much credit, my guy.
I'm just asking. I don't know.
No, basically we're like, well, everyone was supposed to, who was here originally supposed to be here was supposed to come up with like a question or two. So Ben had
Oh, wait, what?
one down, and then he didn't like the way it sounded, or he said it was too softball, so he changed it to a different one, and then that didn't go out to his liking, and then you basically joined after that. So
Okay.
now it's Randy's turn to come up with a question.
So yeah, I was going for like rage bait questions, but neither Randy nor Tommy took the bait. You know, they were all just common.
It's gonna be hard to rage bait me, my guy.
Yeah, I feel like they're too family ties. They have too much patience now.
No, I don't have patience. It's just hard to rage bait me.
I don't
You
know.
just
I
gotta
do
get
it
him to
quite
lose in the
often.
league.
Yeah, I do it pretty often on League of Legends.
But that's a video game. That's not discussion.
You start yelling at me in the call.
Like if you hear me on video games and then you see me drive, you're like, wait, you don't have road rage? I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's true. You have.
I
I
don't
have been
give
in
two
your car
fucks.
multiple
If someone
times.
cuts me off, they cut me off. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
What?
I like that. No, I know I'm safe to nap with you in the car. Not gonna wake up dead.
Or the tree wrench in your face.
Yeah, I don't want to sleep with you no more. Or sleep in your car no more. All right, Randy, take it away with your question.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay. So keeping with the weeb culture we got going on with we had Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, now then anime. Let's shift over to gaming. Whoever wants to answer first, not really directed towards any one person, but what is the game you've put the most hours into?
I would say, unfortunately, probably fucking League of Legends. Unless, I mean, because I don't know what my combined hours on Call of Duty games are.
Yeah, I don't know how to fully calculate, but Counter-Strike 2 I played a lot. I played a lot of League of Legends because I started basically around the time it came out. Maybe like a little less than a year after it came out. I played a lot of COD growing up. I don't know, like the most probably game. Played a lot of BioShock. I don't know. I play a little bit of everything.
Everything.
100%.
And I already know your answer.
Now, do you want to take a guess on which version?
PS4.
You would be. That's probably my least played one.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
PS3 was probably the most played.
Oh, when it came out, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It was brand new. You were like, ooh, Todd Howard.
Yeah, for the people listening, the game is Skyrim. They never said.
Yeah, sorry. Think of like when you have lore on each other, you just automatically just fucking just
like
assume everyone knows it.
Yeah, like the liquor in his eye.
Yeah.
That's why we're not saying.
That's for later.
Yeah, that's for episode 10.
That's for when we get famous and we can put it on Patreon.
That I was gonna say that's you gotta pay extra to get the behind the scenes on Patreon.
Yeah. If you want the lore,
Enough money.
pay
With enough money, we recreate it.
Whoa.
Yeah, that'll be the IRL podcast.
Hopefully,
I need the same people. The
Now,
same
if
amount of
anything,
drugs in their system.
I request a different set, please.
Okay, I'll let you pick this time.
Oh well, we didn't get Ben's answer here. All right, Ben.
Yes. So, just hours wise, I have 165 hours into Fallout 4.
That's it.
But that's just probably counting my PS5. It's actually a lot closer to. I'm playing for at least maybe 200-ish hours, counting the PS4 and the PS5 version. So when I look at my game saves, it says 10 days, something hours, combined. So that's up there along with Destiny, which is probably a lot closer to. It could be even 1,000 if you count my hours on Steam and PS3, PS4, PS5 combined. Poppin'. How many hours do you got on Skyrim, Randy?
I don't think the PS3 tracked it, but PS4, PS5 has got a couple hundred hours.
Couple hundred? Okay. You can look on the app. I just checked the app right now.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah,
One of my most
I mean
played.
it's not quite accurate.
Wait,
One
what did Aaron and Tommy say? I don't feel like they gave an answer.
I gave like 4, but the main one I forgot was Escape from Tarkov. I have like 2,000 hours on that.
That's the Batman one?
No, Escape from Tarkov is it's an
Oh, no.
extraction shooter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, that one's tough, but I played that one a lot. That's probably one of my most played, if not the most. But Counter-Strike was out like 1,000 hours. This one's at 2,000 hours.
Mine was basic League of Legends or Call of Duty, probably, because every other game I like. Okay, so for me, my history of video games, like when up until like teenager was when I started like, I'm only gonna play like 2 or 3 games at a time, and not like fucking like, I play this game, I'm gonna play that game, I'll play this game. I went from Halo to a game called Alien vs Predator 2. Well, I played both of them at the same time, and Pokemon basically. That got me through some of my teenage years, and then more Halo, then Call of Duty, and then more Pokemon, basically. And then after high school, it was Call of Duty, a little bit of Halo, and World of Warcraft. And then once I got into my 20s, it was World of Warcraft, League of Legends, and Pokemon. And then basically until now, it's always been League of Legends, a little bit of Call of Duty, and Pokemon. So
Nerd.
yeah.
Just kidding. I played a lot of Pokemon too. I played like almost all of them, pretty much.
Wow, Dad.
What?
You didn't hear Tom's background?
Yeah,
I
my
hear
kids,
it, but I
my
couldn't.
kids in the background.
It said, "Wow, Dad, you care about us so much."
Who's the dad here? Me?
Uh,
I'm the only one that cares about you guys. You guys don't care about me. You went to B-dubs without me.
You could have came, ho.
No, I don't.
You guys are assholes for not inviting Aaron.
Yeah, you didn't invite me.
This ho decided not to show up last minute. He knew about it. He didn't say anything.
Not last minute. I didn't want to get you guys sick. See, I'm the dad. I care about you guys. I'm still kind of sick.
Sick of this bullshit.
Valid.
Sorry for Karen. Jeez.
I low-key think the waitress would have been all over you, though.
The
Why
one you were
is
trying to
that?
flirt with?
Nah, I'm just playing.
Ah.
Randy, somebody seemed into her.
Yeah, you.
Me? What the,
Yeah, you. You're
how
like,
did I?
because
how
you
did
went
I
like
say you
this. You're like, you picked a wing or you're like, what wings do you like? To the waitress, and
Oh
she gave you
wow,
thing.
that really,
You're like,
dude.
yeah. Who the fuck says that to people?
Everybody asks like, "Hey,
I
dealer's choice. Like, what do you like?" You know, you don't ever do that.
no.
No.
I have a fucking opinion
Well,
and
she
taste.
asked me if I wanted it dry or wet. I don't know what it was. I was like, I don't know. I don't honestly
Whatever
don't
you
know.
like. You went like whatever you like, baby. And she like, yes.
Okay, you're exaggerating. I was there and I know you're exaggerating. But I do that too sometimes. Like if I don't know it's a new place, sometimes I'll ask for their opinion or recommendation.
So you go to Buffalo Wild Wings and ask the waitress, "What do you get, or what do you recommend?"
Because I don't know what dry or wet is, dude. Like, what is the question anyway? Like, dry or
Well,
or
because you
No.
picked the
liquidy?
Ben,
sauce. You picked
Ben,
or you picked the sauce that was a dry rub or a wet, or it could go wet. Which I think was what, like lemon pepper or whatever.
no,
Fuck.
we're skipping the most vital question of the
Uh-huh.
evening, which was, "Sir, what would you like to order?" That was the question, Ben.
Yeah, and I said spicy garlic and then lemon pepper.
No, you said, "What do you recommend?"
No, I didn't. I chose the flavors, and then once I said lemon pepper, she said, "Do you
Oh,
want that? Do you want it dry or wet?"
oh, that's when
And
you're like, oh, whatever
I'm
you
like,
like, baby.
I don't remember saying baby. I probably said it in my head, but I mean, I don't remember saying that out loud, dude.
That's
I'm
crazy.
not that bold. I am not that bold. I would not have done that. He knows I would not have done that.
Yeah. Then after she turned around, he gave her the bazunga eyes.
God.
She didn't charge me for my Pepsi, so she probably liked me.
That's how I knew she liked me. She didn't charge me an extra $4. Have
Hey,
you
free
wait?
drinks are
Okay,
free
so
drinks.
I don't know if Randy's ever had this, but I remember when me and my wife were early in our relationship. We went to like a restaurant in Ontario in the Victoria Gardens, and like we got our checks and stuff, and then like I looked at the checks and like mine had like a smiley face, and I was like, I think the waitress likes me. She only
Holy
wrote a smiley
shit.
face on mine.
And how did your wife respond?
I think she went like, yeah,
You
fucking
hate it.
right, Tom.
She's ready to whoop you.
Yeah, I mean, if a waitress sees a guy that has twins, it's like, damn, they want to jump on top of you.
Well,
Uh,
this was a long time ago, Ben. That's why I said she was my girlfriend at the time, not my wife.
Oh, okay.
So this was early in the
Yeah,
relationship.
even so, I mean, I feel like everybody is like beginning to realize that a man that's in a relationship is like um just a little bit more desirable than single men.
Uh, to oh, I don't know who these women are. Then never met them.
Seriously? Guy
Yeah,
like you, man,
no.
I feel like it'd be hard for you to keep him off you.
Okay.
It's hard for him to keep me off of him.
Yeah, but you're Aaron, so my wife approves.
That's right. I'm Timothy Jones. Hey, I like you too.
Hey, you stay away, buddy.
Hey. Yes, sir.
That's unlike my other buddy's wife. His name's Victor, and his wife constantly is jealous of me. It seems like she thinks me and him are in a secret relationship sometimes, and she just cannot have it. She does not like me and him associating. Um, Actually, we're gonna have to cut that. Let's cut that, dude. Let's
Nope,
cut this.
staying in. It's
Let's
staying
cut
in.
this.
It's staying in.
Oh man, I'm not sharing this
I'm
with Victor,
I'm
man.
finding Victor. Oh, you don't have Facebook no more.
I'm not sharing
Finding
this with
Victor on your
Victor.
Facebook. I'm sending him the link.
Now, I once saved my name on his phone as Booty Call, kind of as a joke, but I never knew his wife was, or his girlfriend at the time was going to see that. I call him once, his girlfriend is right there, and his girlfriend sees the phone ring, and it's Booty Call. He doesn't know what that is, innocent as he is. She knows what it means. She picks up the phone, and then she hears me. That's what I try to explain to her. It's just a joke, but ever since then, like, she thinks me and him are, in a secret relationship somehow.
From enemies to lovers.
Yeah.
Like
And
this
then,
one time too, she caught my pants down and like, his hand was near my thing. I don't know why she thought we're gay lovers.
Like that South Park joke where Cartman puts his lip on Butter's penis.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. I know you're on the spot now, Aaron, but do you have a question? It could be anything about any topic.
Yeah, I wasn't really prepared for this since y'all talked
Yeah.
about it when I wasn't there.
Yeah, I know. Well, you would have been in the conversation if you were
was
there. You showed up.
Imagine you guys were all sick right now. I'd be laughing. I should have went. I wish I got you guys sick now.
Got a strong immune system. I got 3 children.
Yeah, that's probably what got me sick.
Probably.
Bitch, I haven't seen you in like 3 weeks since your birthday. So there ain't no way you've been sick for a whole month.
No, not you. My other friends' kids. Yeah, the only thing I could think of is really. I mean, it's just about this in general. Is this just like an audio thing, or are you gonna put like a background with like characters or something?
I'm gonna do a drawing, but it's just going to be a picture, basically.
You're gonna draw it?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Can you draw me looking sexy?
It's probably just gonna be a topic of whatever the fuck we're talking about.
Artistic skill.
Yeah, you're going beyond my artistic skill, sir. At least they'll know it's not AI. We'll get points on that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it for me. I don't know. I was not ready for this.
Don't worry, I'll cut the dead noise out.
all right, let me take a quick restroom break, and I'll be right back.
They now have AI walk him away from the table.
You gotta call his booty call.
What made you guys want to start doing a podcast?
That was pretty much Ben's idea.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, fine. I'd do that. I don't care. Got nothing better to do.
We could be playing League of Legends.
I mean, yeah, we can still do that. I mean, you do that while...
I'm just kidding. See, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, well, what if we're talking and playing Minecraft in the background?
All right. You got me. I'll fire up Skyrim and start recording the footage.
Okay, buddy. I want a good game like Minecraft.
That's disgusting.
Minecraft is the greatest of all time, right? Just because you're not creative enough. You know what I'm saying?
I don't.
See, that's because you're not creative. It's all right. It's all right.
All right, what's the question?
Tom?
Aaron's question was, how many pickles could Randy fit in his mouth?
I know the answer to that.
3 or 4.
What the fuck?
So you have to keep muting because I'm coughing.
Fine, I got kids' YouTube on the background.
Oh, we know.
Unfortunately, he'll cut that out.
I know. I was curious because like it's not as prominent as it usually is. So I was curious about like what you're doing or if you're in a different room or something.
No.
Yeah, I kind of figured, but a fella could hope.
Yeah, but we didn't have one, Ben. We didn't have.
You guys all create your chess.com account? Randy, Aaron?
I did.
Aaron did not.
Chess.com? What is that?
Testicles.com.
It's really just chess, but you could play up to 4 players.
And one board?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
What?
Yeah, you can do 2v2 or everyone for themselves.
Oh shit! Why don't we just play? We could play Lethal Company with. We have the whole gang now.
Or we can play Minecraft.
Nobody wants to play Minecraft.
Bro, grow up. Tom, I need you to keep talking so we don't hear that TV.
Oh, sorry.
It's
Blah,
okay.
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, see, it's not.
But we
as
didn't have
prominent.
we didn't have a last question, so okay.
I think we got plenty of content for our first video. I think.
Yeah, but I need to come up with an outro. We just can't just cut it up.
Okay,
Mhm.
bye.
There we go. Randy's got it.